It's the end of the day with Ray. Hello, my friends. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you can see that I'm sitting in front of the gigantic Sharp Interactive stove, and on the stove is a big giant bowl, and we're getting ready to prepare bullshit soup. Bullshit soup brings together ingredients to fool yourself or others, and the reason that I want to share the recipe with you here today is because I had some folks reach out to me and they said, Ray, it seems like there's a whole lot of people in our industry eating bullshit soup. And I said, yeah, it's pretty bad thing. And so I wanted to educate everybody on the ingredients because some people don't want to eat this stuff. Some people want to avoid it. I mean, they don't want to run around and fool themselves and fool other people. They want to be telling the truth and doing what's right. And if they run into this soup, they got to know what it smells like and they got to know the ingredients. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and crank up the Sharp Interactive stove. And you can see here I have a bowl. It's starting to cook. We put the broth in. Ladies and gentlemen, the broth can be made of any kind of water. It doesn't really matter. Tap water, distilled water. Just get some water and throw it in the pot. Throw some parsley on top of that. And once the water starts to boil, that's when you want to go ahead and add in lies worthy of deceit. If you want to make a really good bowl of bullshit soup, it's got to start with lies worthy of deceit. That has got to mix into that broth and get it really, really thick. It's got to make a great foundation. And lies worthy of deceit. I'll give you an example. We all know Nine Star, the PRC company that was banned by the Department of Homeland Security over slave labor. And then they got a subsidiary here in the United States called Lexmark. And Lexmark out there is talking about how they're related to Nine Star. And I believe it's all lies and deceit, so you get the example. So you want to start out with lies and deceit in the big bowl of bullshit soup. The next thing you want to do is you want to go ahead and put, well, this is where you got to pile in the obsessive emotional content. And we've seen this out there in the marketplace. So there's a lot of folks out there that they don't really have any substance, to be honest with you. And they love bullshit soup because they love this ingredient, this obsessive emotional content. And they'll talk about stuff that nobody could possibly argue with, right? It's just emotional content. And it's obsessive. Like, you know, every once in a while you want to throw some content out there to help people or help a cause or whatever that is. But when it becomes all your content obsessively, well, that's a really good indication that you could be making bullshit soup. So the next thing you want to do, ladies and gentlemen, is you want to pile on the adjectives. And I'll tell you, you know, as I was putting the show together and I was going to make a big giant pot of this bullshit soup, I discovered that you can buy these adjectives, these meaningless adjectives, in a big giant container. Kind of like the seasoned salt stuff, all mixed together, just dump it in there. And ladies and gentlemen, I got that, and I'm going to dump it in right now. And here you go. We got fantastic and great and fabulous and terrific and lovely and awesome. Just pile in all those adjectives. Store it all up with the lies and deceit, the obsessive emotional content. You get it all balled up in there. You got to really get it boiled up. And boy, it'll hit a certain temperature, and then you're ready to go. Ladies and gentlemen. When you start consuming this stuff, I'm going to tell you right now, you could go out in the market and you'll be able to mask your inefficiencies. It'll work. I mean, the bullshit soup will work. You'll be able to fool yourself while you're fooling others. You'll be able to go out there and lie to people like nobody's business, and you won't even feel bad about it because you just ate a big old bowl of bullshit soup. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm hoping today's episode, helping you understand the ingredients of bullshit soup, well, will help you avoid it. Now, I took a big chance doing this episode because some of you all, you might realize, oh shit, I got to make some of that soup for myself. I'm hoping that more of you are going to avoid it than actually make it. And everybody watching me knows this. Status quo is the killer of all that'll be invented. Don't get stuck in status quo, and I'll see you all on Monday.